Hi everyone, I hope you're doing fine, and in today's video we'll be talking about anxiety. As somebody who gets tensed over little things, I know what it feels like when you lose opportunities because you're anxious. And the regret you feel afterwards is unbearable. I have been there. I stress over little things in my daily life, but that was never a problem to me until and unless it started affecting the big days of my life. For example, big examinations. There was this exam that I gave and I became so much anxious. I freaked out and I got a lot of questions wrong. And after that, when I went home, I saw the questions again and I could solve more questions, and that too efficiently. So I knew that the problem was not my brain or me. The problems were my shaking hands and my fidgeting legs. Fidgeting legs, shaking hands are some of the signs of anxiety. And let's talk about anxiety in more detail. Okay, so I'll be talking about what exactly is anxiety, what could be some signs of anxiety, and how you can deal with anxiety. Now, when we talk about how you can deal with anxiety, we'll be talking about dealing with it in two instances. Suppose you have a good amount of time to yourself, you can practice some things. It's a slow process and everything. The other instance is when you do not have much time, when this time period is very short, and you do not want to mess up your big day because of this anxiety. I have got you covered. So, anxiety, in my opinion, is a state of constant worrying where you stress over small, little, non-significant things. When you cannot put your thoughts away from those things, and when you're constantly worrying about little things, little details, you are stressed about how everything could go wrong in a million ways. Now, what are the signs of anxiety? There are some signs. Anxiety manifests itself in physical form in a lot of ways, and there are some common forms. And the most common one that I've seen is either sweaty palms or shaky hands or fidgeting legs. I have seen a lot of people fidgeting their legs for no apparent reason. Their palms are sweaty all the time. As for somebody like me, there's this constant voice in my head telling me how this thing could also go wrong, this thing could also go wrong, and everything can be over ending. There's this constant voice in my head that never shuts up. How can you deal with anxiety? Video I'll only talk about the if you have a very short period of time before something important turns up. Here is how you can stop anxiety from ruining it. First step is to splash some cold water over your eyes, specifically your eyes, and the water should be cold as well. Now, this is something that you cannot do every time, everywhere, but if you can do this, it will help you calm your nerves down. You will feel that cold water on your face, and it will actually eventually help you to relax. Tip that has worked wonders for me. Oh my god. I also have a bonus tip for you. That's the last tip. That is something that I've been following for a month now, and I swear by it. I have been able to control my anxiety by a huge amount with the help of that tip, which is the last tip. If you want to see it, you can directly switch to it. Okay, so this tip is very personal to me, something that helps me a lot, and I think can help you a lot as well. That is to talk to a friend, a cousin, maybe your parents, or somebody who understands you well. This person should be somebody who trusts you and whom you can trust, who has a positive outlook towards you, who believes in you, and who has a good influence over you. Talking to a friend is something that helps me a lot, and trust me, if you have a person in your life, not just friend, but of course your cousins or maybe your parents, if you have somebody who is there to listen to you yapping about everything, go talk to that person, and trust me, you won't need to do anything else. Simply a conversation with a friend who you will start feeling comfortable in the situation. Your hurt will calm down, because sometimes, not sometimes, but like most of the times, when we are in this state of pressure, anxiety, tension, what happens is that our brain is focusing only on the negative things. It is thinking about how these things could go wrong in a million ways. It's not thinking about the positive things that can happen to you. Also, when you are in the state of anxiety, your brain finds it more comfortable to rely on statements from others. Conversation with these people can help you get those 10 feelings out of your heart. If you're having a panic attack, if you're stressing out over things, talk to a friend. And trust me, it works. If you don't believe me, if you have somebody in your life, go talk to them. Go tell them about all that you're feeling, all the stress that you are dealing with. You will feel light, and eventually you will start to gain more confidence, and the anxiety will slowly fade away. The third tip that I'm going to give you is something that will help you in reducing, minimizing the physical effects of anxiety. As I already told you, a lot of people experience shaking of hands and fidgeting of legs. Here's something that you can do about it. So what you have to do is you have to put your legs and hands level to a surface. For example, you are sitting on a bench. So now what you have to do is you have to widen the gap between your legs and make them level to the ground. So they are like this to the ground. Similarly, if you have a desk in front of you, you have to put your hands like this on the desk and make it level with the surface of the desk. If you don't have a desk, you can put it on your thighs directly. Now, what this does is that the first, it stops that shaking of legs and hands that you are experiencing. It gives a stability to your body, and it releases that surge of negative energy that you were experiencing right now. It helps you calm your body down. This tip is particularly very helpful in if you're, for example, participating in a group discussion or an interview. I particularly used it a lot when I was participating in the declamation contest. So I used to always remove my shoes and make my feet feel that touch of the land and warmth of the earth, or whatever you want to call it. But it helped me relax a lot, and I've been using it ever since then. I used it even in my boards exam, because whenever I would write my boards exam, I don't know, my hands would shake a lot and my writing would be all shaky. So I started removing my shoes, and I used to keep my hands like this on the desk. I used to also keep my foot level with the surface of the ground, and it helped me a lot with my shaking and writing. So I think it can help you out as well. The fourth tip is to control your breathing. We all know that our breathing is related to our heartbeat, and a heartbeat is related to anxiety. So when you are anxious, your heart is actually beating a lot faster than it beats in normal cases. What you have got to do is you have to gently try to control your breathing. How you can find out that your breathing is not normal is by looking at your hands. So for example, you think you're worried and nervous, all you've got to do is keep your hands like this. If you find that your hand is straight, it's not shaking, then it's all fine. If it's shaking, slowly breathe in, breathe out. Try to control the speed of your breath, and you will find that your hand will become stable as you start to control your breath. And when you do that, your heart will also, start reacting to it, responding to it, and overall your body will also start calming down. The fifth tip, the golden tip. I was on my way to my examination center when I overheard this conversation on a radio, and oh my god, I am so grateful that I did, because it helped me a lot in the exam itself. So what happened was, basically there were these questions that I could not solve. It was my English CUET exam, and there were these few words that I had never heard of, even though I tried my best to learn the advanced vocabulary. What I did was, this is something that you must have heard of, and it is a very famous dialogue from a very famous and loved movie, that is The Three Idiots. And the dialogue is, all is well. I have been repeating this line to myself for a month now. Whenever I find myself freaking out, I gently pat on my heart and I say, all is well, all is well, all is well. These words have such a soothing effect. This is my golden tip, okay? Whenever you find yourself in a panic situation, all you have got to do is say to yourself, all is well. Okay, that's it for this video. Also, in the next video, I'll be talking about what I have been doing to help me with anxiety. Since now my exams are over and I have a lot of time to myself, I have been doing a few things to help with my anxiety and my over stressing on small little things. I'll be sharing that in the next video. So, till then, take care and have a nice day.